This audiobook is distributed by Christian Audio. Please visit christianaudio.com to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles.
Sozo Media Group presents Receiving the Power, Preparing the Way for the Holy Spirit by Zeb Bradford Long and Douglas McMurray. Read by Jonathan Petersen. Dedication. You shall receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem, and in all Judea, and Samaria, and to the end of the earth. Acts 1:8. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Revelation 2:29. This book is dedicated to Laura and Carla, who have walked with us in this great adventure of growing in the Spirit. Part 1. Fresh Challenges from the Spirit of God. Chapter 1. A New Movement of the Holy Spirit. Once again, God is graciously pouring out His Holy Spirit. None of us deserves it. He's doing it anyway. Not only have we Westerners done nothing to merit the Spirit of God, but most of us have been denying His power, looking to our own expertise to solve our dilemmas. But God keeps beckoning. Come to me. Try me. In spite of our self-assurance, He has shown more and more evidence of His power. Though many Christians are uncomfortable with such evidence, His power seems to set us to arguing, God refuses to leave us to our own devices. At the turn of this century, Western countries like ours were enjoying an optimism based on science and a worldview that excluded God. In answer to our fascination with Darwinism and naturalism, God gave the Azusa Street Revival in 1905 as part of a worldwide spiritual awakening that spread like a grass fire in, among other places, Wales, Korea, India, South Africa, and China. Zoom ahead to the 1960s, scene of the God is Dead movement, drug culture, and a peace activism whose emblem was the upside-down broken cross. Never was there a time of such spiritual deception and adolescent rebellion against God. God answered by pouring out His Holy Spirit in the Jesus movement and charismatic renewal. In the 1980s, we saw the disastrous, well-publicized moral debacles of television Christians, followed by widespread scorn and skepticism directed against Christ and His church. God has given answer to Western scoffing by pouring out the Holy Spirit again during the 90s. This latest wave of divine power shows God's heart of forgiveness, His desire to reach out to an imperfect church and to a warring world. God keeps resurrecting the church with deeds that none of us deserves. The Promise Keepers men's movement, the Toronto Blessing, Laughter in the Spirit, citywide concerts of prayer, prayer summits for pastors, intensive confession of sin around the world, including on college campuses, the AD 2000 and Beyond movement, the Frontier Fellowship push into hidden people groups worldwide, the March for Jesus. These are only some of the activities we are seeing. A fresh look-see. The current activity of the Holy Spirit incorporates elements of the Pentecostal and charismatic movements that went before it, but it has its own unique character and distinctive elements. Yes, the Holy Spirit is the same today, just as Jesus Christ is the same today, yesterday, and forever. But God never sits still. A changing world scene demands a change in His response to human need. So the Holy Spirit is working in ways few could have predicted. The following stories, rooted in the 1970s and 80s, exemplify the fruit God plans to harvest in the 1990s and beyond. Petersen, Sozo, and Idi Amin. Our first story takes us to Uganda for some surprising developments rooted in the persecutions of Idi Amin. There, a friend of ours, Petersen, Sozo, struggled with the call of God in a time of great spiritual conflict. Here is the story as described by the Reverend Don Dunkerley. Kill Petersen, Sozo.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?